Here we are at the port of Arcachon, not far from Bordeaux on the Atlantic coast of France. We're here to take part in the 2015 Barracuda Tour. We're quite acquainted with this challenge, having participated last year with some not so great results. But this year we are determined to do better. Our team is still the same. Imma Moretta and Paolo Ilariusi from Suzuki, Italy, Luciano Pao, journalist and enthusiast Sandro Onofaro, our leading champion. But this time we have a secret weapon. A friend and team member from France who is an expert on fishing in these waters. I think that will help us out a lot. Paolo, you're a fan of fishing, yes? Well, I'm beginning to be. This is the second season of the Barracuda Tour, and I must say that last year, my first experience, was truly a wonderful weekend spent together. Even if the results, you remember, were not great, but let's hope to make up for it this year. Luciano, what was your role here on board? Well, I'm a journalist and a photographer, so I'm here for the experience, but I'm also passionate about fishing. So in this case, I'm joining work with pleasure. We've just left the port and haven't even covered more than a mile and we're already fishing. Sandro, why are we starting straight away? Well, evidently there must be a school of fish at the bottom here. In fact, the guys have located it on the electronic equipment. They're circulating around us. As you can see, they're not the only ones who've stopped. So now we'll try to cast a line here, and then I think, after a few casts, whatever the result, we'll go and look elsewhere. Because in my opinion, our whole approach to fishing today will have to be like that. A little stop and go. So let's look for a good spot with the echo sounder. We'll throw a line or two. If we catch a fish, we'll try again. But if after a few casts we don't catch anything, we'll just move on. Great. Sandro Onofaro has explained to us that fishing for sea bass is like hunting. Do you know what Suzuki means in Japanese? Sea bass. What a coincidence. These waters are particularly dangerous. We must keep an eye out on the echo sounder, not only for fish, but also to measure the exact depth of the water. In fact, the tide has a range of up to 4 meters. There are more than 20 Barracuda 7 boats participating in this year's Barracuda Tour in Arcachon. They're almost all French fishermen, and many of them are professionals. I'm not looking for any excuses, but the fact is that our opponents are many, and they're strong. The Barracuda Tour is divided into several stages. That way, if one day of fishing is not successful, you can always make up for it in the next stage. However, we have only this one chance, right, Sandro?
Vero, Sandro?
Well, yes.
In
this fishing tournament, everyone uses the same type of boat and the same equipment. The boats are Barracuda 7. The engines, Suzuki 150, 175 or 200 horsepower. And even the fishing rods and bait must all be the same. That way the challenge is equal. Okay, they told me to change the area again. We're always moving. This is a very different type of fishing. You cast a line, then you move on. Then you cast, then you move on again, without stopping. We're cruising at 20 knots, 4,400 RPM, and we are many on board. We also have a full tank of fuel, and despite all the waves, it seems that the hull is stable. In fact, the crew seems quite at ease. Notice how the bow of the hull is a V that opens outwards, like the wings of a seagull. This serves to cut the wave in such a way that it is deflected downwards, so that it does not splash onto the deck. Or at least the water is pushed far enough away, and the wind has a harder time bringing it back onto the boat. The ocean waters have not been fruitful, but in the meanwhile our navigation has brought us to the shore of the dune of Pilat, a natural wonder. It is the tallest sand dune in all of Europe, and based on climate conditions, wind or rain, its height can vary from 100 metres to 125 metres. It was formed hundreds of years ago.
Centinaia di anni fa.
While they are eating, them yes, the fish not, and the others are still fishing, I'm going to show you the engine. It's a Suzuki of 175 horsepower, with an engine displacement of 2,867 cubic centimetres. It's a four-cylinder, four-stroke, of course, with 4 valves per cylinder, and a double overhead camshaft in the cylinder head. And if that's not enough, it also has variable valve timing. Another important feature of this engine is that it has a gear ratio of 2.5 to 1. This means that the propeller rotates 2.5 times less than the driveshaft, and that allows for more power and speed for larger, heavier boats like this Barracuda 7.
Barracuda 7.
OK, I've just been informed that we have to get to another area a bit further away from here, and since we don't have a lot of time, we must make haste. This is what I've been waiting for.
Non vedevo l'ora. Oh.
Is this Barracuda 7 a fishing boat or a race boat?
Da corsa.
Yes, go with the trim. This engine should be able to reach 6,000 RPM. 5,850, 5,900, 5,950.
1950.
Here we are, 6,000 RPM at 33 knots. This is great. This way, we'll arrive first before all the others, I hope.
Okay,
the time is up and we have to go back. It was not a very successful day, but listening to the radio, it seems that the other teams didn't have much luck either. There are days when the fish are not willing to take the bait. It happens.
Capita.
This fishing competition did not go exactly as we hoped. The fish were luckier than we were this time, but nevertheless, it was still a very nice cruise.
Esperienza di navigazione.